Will everyone please stand? Gentlemen, please remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Please be seated. Before we get started today, I just want to clarify with everyone, once the ceremonies are complete, the graduates, they will all exit the gym floor. They'll go, this half of the group will go to this side of the stands, or to the upper deck. This side will go to the upper deck, and they have places up there where they will meet you. We'll have staff dismiss you to where you'll go meet your graduates, and then we ask as soon as you collect your graduate, you move to the outside, and then you can take as many pictures as you want out there, but we will clear the building that way. So once everything's done, please remain in your seats until we're finished with everybody, and like I said, we'll dismiss you all accordingly. So thank you. Well, good afternoon. I'd like to welcome Superintendent Mr. Riffle, Athletic Director and Dean of Students Mr. McIntyre, school board members, parents, family, and friends to the Triton High School Class of 2020 Commencement exercises. It is our pleasure to have each of you here today sharing in the graduation ceremonies for the Class of 2020. Before I go on with my speech, I want to take a minute to recognize one of your fellow classmates that was unable to be here with us today. Zachary Berger is currently in basic training in Missouri. We held a graduation ceremony in June with Zach and his parents. I hope he's able to be watching us live, unless, of course, he's in the middle of drill, has some drill sergeant yelling and screaming in his face, or he's knee-deep in mud. But we hope he's there with us watching. And again, I just want to take a moment to thank him for the path he is choosing to serve our country. So I was thinking back about this graduating class, and I had a flashback to 7th grade. As I looked at your class on that first day of school, and we were in the auditorium for our class meeting, I couldn't get over how small you really were. We knew it was a small class, but until I saw you as a whole, it had not really sunk in yet. You barely filled the first 4 rows. I told you that day I wanted to see you all walk across the stage 6 years and accept that diploma. Here we are 6 years later, and I'm happy to see that you did what was asked. I am sorry that your senior year ended the way it did. I don't think any of us could have imagined back then what this experience would be like your senior year. As we met in that same auditorium at the start of the school year, we talked about getting to this day and what other things we would do as a group this year. Several members of the class reminisced about being able to do those things this year, since you were the cursed class all through elementary and junior high. You went on to explain how your class trips were either canceled, or when you actually got to have them, the weather was horrible. It just wasn't a good experience. My response to that conversation was we'd make this year a memorable one. Although it was a memorable one, and one in which you will be able to tell your kids and grandkids about for years to come, this obviously was not the way I wished your senior year to go. I don't think anyone celebrating with you today wanted this year to end the way it did. Another story we talked about was when you came across the street, you were known as that class. That would test me and the staff. As a staff, we were told good luck, and hopefully the next 6 years would be better than those spent at the elementary. During your junior high and early high school years, you did provide a challenge for myself and the staff. For many of the parents sitting here today, I got to know many of you on a personal level, much more than I have any other class in my 15 years at Triton. Some of those experiences were not the most enjoyable, but in the end, I hope you all knew then and know now that our intention was to do what was the best for all of our students in the long run. I can't thank you parents enough for sticking by and standing up for your children the way you did. I can tell you on behalf of the staff, we are proud of what you did to get yourself to this point today. For many students, the easy way out of all of this year would have been just to check out and quit. None of you here today did that. I am so proud to stand in front of you today and congratulate you on persevering through all the ups and downs you have experienced in your 13 years of school. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I hope the rest of your futures are problem-free and you will be able to do all the things you want to do in your lives. Thank you again, Class of 2020, and congratulations on being here today. We now have a special presentation to make. I would like to invite Haley May and the rest of the senior squad members to the stage at this time.
Trojan pride is more than what most people see. It is more than 2 words at the end of an email or spelled out on the walls of the hallways. And it is more than a little ticket we receive for showing it. It is helping your neighbor. It is serving others. It is showing people that there is more in this world than yourself. Trojan pride is more than just personal responsibility, integrity, determination, and enthusiasm. It is a lifestyle. It is saying hi to people you pass in the hallways. It is stopping to help someone who dropped their books in the hallway. It is checking up on someone you haven't talked to in a while. These words have been fed into my life as well as my peers' lives since grade school. They have made an impact on what we have grown to be and will continue to be with us through the rest of our lives. Over this past year, as Triton Trojans, as well as everyone across the world, has faced many challenges and hardships with everything changing, but we still managed to work through them. Over this time, my fellow senior squad members and I have thought hard about someone who has shown pride over and over again. Through all these hardships and even the best moments of our elementary and high school careers, and even showing us that Trojan pride is lifelong. Once a Trojan, always a Trojan. The person that came to everyone's mind has been so selfless over the past few years, from helping with homework problems and always having a smile on their face, to talking to everyone they see in the halls. They also spend many hours setting up hours for the National Honor Society students so they can achieve their goals. This person spends many long hours after school and a few days a week to stay and work concession stands with the students and stays in the concession stand so students can enjoy the games while she selflessly continues to work. She even pops popcorn for the staff once a week, and trust me, all of the students are so grateful for that because it makes the teachers in a little bit of a better mood than they're already in. Thank you for showing us what it truly is to have Trojan pride. Thank you for your selfless acts and for always putting a smile on everyone's face you come in contact with. Thank you, Mrs. Marcela Lindsay.
Thank you again, Mrs. Lindsay, for all that you do for Triton Junior Senior High School. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the salutatorian for the class of 2020, Caitlyn Ihnen.
Good afternoon, friends, family, staff, and fellow classmates. My name is Caitlyn Ihnen, and on behalf of the senior class of 2020, I'd like to thank you all for being here with us today. We have worked long and hard to get where we are today, and we couldn't have done it without you. This year has been anything but normal. Typically, things don't go as planned for our class. In the past, we've missed out on our 4th grade field trip, various incentive trips, and sleeping in cabins at Camp Amigo. More recently, we've missed out on this year's Trojan Wars, prom, senior trip, and a lot of the end of the year festivities. However, I don't think that should bring us down. For some of us, I'm sure this year was one of the hardest years imaginable. We couldn't see our friends, some of us could barely work anymore, and we all got thrown into this distance learning thing. Whether you finished the remainder of school doing packets or online work, it was all new, and it wasn't easy. But the greatest thing of all is that we did it. Even when we thought this would never end, we pushed through and made it happen. You should all be proud of yourselves and what you've accomplished. Even though this chapter may be closing, there is another waiting to be written. Some of us are looking forward to starting their life in the military, getting a college degree, going straight into the workforce, or learning a new trade. No matter what path you choose, just remember that it's your story and don't forget to write a great one. As we have seen throughout this year, life is not perfect. There will definitely be trials and tribulations. But life is what you make out of the trials and tribulations, how you overcome obstacles and persevere through hard times. As Connor Franta once said, let your smile change the world, but don't let the world change your smile. Be the person you've always dreamt of being. Another thing that is super important is surrounding yourself with those that support you. Surround yourself with the dreamers and the doers, the believers and the thinkers, but most of all, surround yourself with those who see the greatness within you, even when you don't see it yourself. I am so proud of each and every one of you. We all have great things. We have all done great things, and I know you will all continue to do great things in the future. I can't wait to attend our class reunion 20 years from now to see how successful my classmates have been. You all should be very proud of yourselves for what you have achieved and what you will accomplish in the future. To our friends, family, and faculty, thank you so much for supporting us throughout our lives. I know I couldn't have done this without my family and best friend pushing me to be the best I could be. Special thanks to my teachers for giving me challenging work and always answering my questions. Thank you to the staff in general for pushing all of us to be the best we could be and being there for us when we needed it. This year has been anything but normal, but I wouldn't want to experience the craziness with anyone else. Congratulations to all of you. I can't wait to see where the next part of life takes us. And remember, let your smile change the world, but don't let the world change your smile.
Thank you, Caitlyn. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2020, Whytnie Miller.
Well, we finally did it. We have all been waiting for this day since freshman year, maybe even a little before. It's not exactly what we have been expecting, but it turned out better than what we imagined a few months ago. First off, I would like to say a few thank yous. Thank you to the administration here at Triton. Thank you to the staff, the teachers, the parents, the grandparents, our community, especially Bourbon Plumbing and Heating, my uncle, and everyone involved. Also, a huge shout out to my family because they've been the best support system I could ever ask for these past 4 years and even before that. Without all the support, we wouldn't be here today. I'm honored to stand before you and say a few words on behalf of the class of 2020. I have been thinking about what to write in this speech since January, maybe even a little before, and could not narrow it down. But once the virus came, and it seemed pretty apparent what I could focus on. Hard work does not go unnoticed. Throughout high school, this has been a somewhat difficult concept for me to truly believe, but our class persevering through this all has made me believe it. We may not be the biggest class to graduate, actually quite the opposite, as you can see. We never have won Trojan Wars. We definitely came in last every year. We also were not the brightest grade to ever come through Triton, and I mean that in no bad way. It just seems as if we always got the raw end of the deal. No senior prom, no senior trip, no senior skip day, no senior prank, no ending senior year as normal. We ended the year with online schooling that some of us didn't even start a week before it was due. Bryan. All in all, though, I think it made us appreciate what we all disliked so much, which was school. We realized we would never be in Diesel's English class again, never debate in Young's class again, and never be walking the hallway as a Triton student again. Some of us are happier about those things than others. We did not end the year as a group like most classes do, but we were still together. We stayed in contact through technology and even met in the parking lot. I'll miss my days here at Triton, but we are all on to new chapters, whether that be work, trade school, college, etc. I know that we will succeed because our limits have been pushed. The class of 2020 is unlike any other. We experienced the craziness and had to learn to readjust. I think that we did that in a very good way, and that shows how our work will pay off. I wish the best of luck to everyone in their futures. I'm really going to miss this, but I hope we somehow all stay connected. Remember that you can do anything as long as you put your mind to it. Class of 2020 strong, let's go.
The Triton High School faculty and I are proud of the achievements of the class of 2020. I do here and now certify to the superintendent of schools that the class of 2020 herein assembled is eligible to participate in the commencement ceremony. I do at this time present the class of 2020 to Mr. Riffle, superintendent of the Triton School Corporation. Now will the graduates please stand and move into place to receive your diplomas.
Whytnie Brooke Miller. Whytnie is receiving the Triton Education Foundation Scholarship. Caitlyn Alice Ihnen. Caitlyn is receiving the Audrey Grossman Memorial Scholarship. Delaynie Albright. Quentin James Amsden. Zachary Michael Berger. You can see Zachary receiving his diploma on the TV screen. Jared Russell Bules. Jared is receiving the Lewis and Eva Mason Scholarship, the Mount Pleasant of the Brethren Scholarship, and Mary Thomas Memorial Scholarship. Austin James Coppes. Bryce Allen Coppes. Taylor Rose Cormican. Daniel James Davis. Caleb Michael Felton. Ty David Ferry. Ty will be receiving the Russell and Audrey Feldman Scholarship. Clarissa Abigail Gonzalez. Gavin Larry Greer. Gavin will be receiving the Bourbon High School Alumni Association Scholarship. Kelsey Renee Hamilton. Tyler Michael Heckaman. Tyler will be receiving the Valoris and Lewis Stouter Scholarship and the Jacob Berger Memorial Scholarship. Lauren Marie Hedington. Haley Sue Aaron Hooley. Haley will be receiving the Nihilus Kretcher Memorial Scholarship. Tiffaney Nicole Hughes. Tiffany is receiving the Triton Education Foundation Scholarship. Mason Lee Jackson. Alisha Marie Kasian. Alisha is receiving the Triton Education Foundation Scholarship. Trenton McKay Kreft. Koby Michael Mast. Haley Aaron May. Haley is receiving the Triton Education Foundation Scholarship. Jared Matthew Neff. Brooklyn I.P. Patton. Connor Matthew Pitney. Russell Stephen Reichard. Russell will be receiving the Reagan Nellens Memorial Scholarship, the Russell Compton Memorial Scholarship, the Charles King Memorial Scholarship, and the Brianna Limler Memorial Scholarship. Christopher Lee Robinson. Shaylee Lynn Ryman. D'Angelo Markel Schumpert. Jessica Nicole Soriano. Madison Elizabeth Stetzel. Madison will be receiving the Nicholas Ricker Memorial Scholarship and the Etna Echo Scholarship. Anthony Cole Stevens. Gretta Renee Stotler. Cedrik Jamal Thorn. Zachary Devin Tucker. Bryan Antonio Ulloa. Bryan is receiving the Nathan Collins Memorial Scholarship. Jacob Matthew Seth Verdugo. Alyxa Marie Viers. Alyxa is receiving the Jack Kokert Memorial Scholarship and the Triton FFA Scholarship. Chase Ethan Wybrew. Chase is receiving the Triton Education Foundation Scholarship. Jacob Logan Wilson. Skyla Jane Wilson. Skyla is receiving the Lewis and Eva Mason Scholarship. Samantha Jo Wolf. Samantha is receiving the Ralph and Lewis Mason Scholarship. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Riffle, Triton School Corporation Superintendent.
Graduates, will you please stand? It is my tremendous pleasure, on behalf of the Triton Board of School of Trustees, to announce you graduates from Triton High School. With the crossing of your tassels, your commencement exercises will conclude. Thank you for coming here today and sharing this moment with us. I wish you nothing but the best to the class of 2020.
It's a celebration.